Good evening. Pardon me while I finish my task. I just filled up my e-cig, so trying to get the cap on it without causing a big fuss. Gotta test it. Or it's gotta test me, one of the two. Ah, yes. Where there's vape, there's satisfaction. Anyway, you guys didn't come here for that, I hope. Man, I was sitting here, and there are a lot of days today, and I'll be honest, I didn't really feel all that well today. And I probably didn't put the amount of attention and focus that I should have on the news that was coming out, because when I went through before the show here and was pulling up articles to talk about, like, holy cow. And then just shortly before the show here, there was more news that came out. Man, I'll tell you, I really don't know how much longer things can go on this level that we're at. And I'm talking about largely about militarily, because I'm telling you, man, there's absolutely some things in the news that we need to be paying close attention to. And I'm going to be that broken record, and I'm going to say, make sure you got your stuff in order. Plain and simple. When I say these things, it bothers me because I don't want to add to the fear-mongering that's going on. But in any case, that's exactly what I'm doing. But I really don't think that this is without just cause. There are certain moves being made, and when I see the directions that they're going, it's becoming more and more apparent that it's becoming more and more apparent that I think we're about to enter a different phase of this. For one, I think it's going to be definitely more direct, but I also think the type of warfare is going to start changing a bit, at least for a while. I really, and again, I've got to pull back and put that disclaimer that none of us really knows what's happening behind the scenes. These nations could be working together to basically try to bring all the very things that we've been warned about to the surface. The one world government, one world currency, yada, yada, yada. The new world order, if you will. The Great Reset. You can put any name on it you want. We know they're trying to do it. So it really wouldn't be that far-fetched to say that they aren't trying to pull a, bait and switch when it comes to all of us, meaning the citizens of the different nations. That being said, I don't think it's Russia's intent, or was Russia's intent, to go to war with NATO or the United States. I think Russia's intent was to, whatever you want to call that, I'm not going to sit there and bicker over words, whether you want to call it annexation, whether you want to call it whatever. It's all pretty much, the way I look at it is, if they voted and it was an honest vote and they want to be with Russia, what can you say to that? As long as it was an honest vote, what can you say to that? Anyway, I don't think it's Russia's intent to go to war with us. I think it is, I think it's most certainly our government's intent to go to war with Russia. At least it appears that way. I don't know. So I think, and I've got stuff in the news, by the way, that, I'm thinking about as I'm saying this stuff, so bear with me. I think Russia is going to try to get back at United States in non-direct military conflict type of ways, possibly meaning things like cyber attacks. I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that's up. I do want to real quick point out, because I almost forgot, today was a bit odd as well. So I just wanted to point that out. Just really odd. Again, they will fly right over us. Okay, we're about like right in here. They will fly right directly over us. And it seems, for some odd reason, why they're completely avoiding this area. And, I mean, there is Scott Air Force Base down in that area. So, I don't know. I am definitely gonna keep my eye on it. Tomorrow I will take a peek and see. But hopefully I feel better tomorrow. I'm telling you, I felt like crap. I just, like I say, I don't know how else to explain it. I'm just exhausted. And just that fog, and there's more and more fog. It sucks. So anyway, I got a number of tabs open today, and I just figured I would go through them. This is what part of why I'm saying what I am about possible cyber attacks. And I have no doubt that we are, in at least at some level, involved in cyber attacks going Russia's direction. I've no doubt about that. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. If Russia is trying to attack the United States, as far as hacking. I don't know. We can sit there and we can bring up, and, one of the things that I'm not real sure on, and I've said this before, I know there's those websites that claim to be tracking hacking, between the nations. I'm just curious on how that works. I mean, I'm definitely not a network professional by any means, but I gotta wonder. I gotta wonder how you can in real time detect a hack and display it for the public on a screen. I'm not convinced. I'm just saying. Anywho, as the headline says, Russia accuses U.S. of waging cyber attacks through Kiev. A number of cyber attacks on Russian network resources has quadrupled over the past year, the deputy head of the Department of International Information Security at the Foreign Ministry, Vladimir Shin, claims. He further stating that the attacks are being orchestrated by the U.S. and its allies. According to the official, who spoke at a meeting of the UN General Assembly First Committee on Tuesday, NATO is not trying to hide its efforts to develop cyber warfare methods and conducts joint exercises with representatives from Ukraine, which is not a member of the bloc. The head of the U.S. Cyber Command, Paul, Nakasone, publicly acknowledges conducting offensive cyber operations against Russia, including and above all through the hands of the Ukrainian IT army created the Americans, the diplomat said. Sorry, getting the context all wrong. Apparently referring to an interview Nakasone gave to Sky News earlier this year. He added that the scale of this increased cyber aggression indicates that these attacks are part of a coordinated campaign directed at Moscow, which is being orchestrated by Western countries with the involvement of the hacker community and private companies. So, not going to go into all that because it gets into, it's all obviously at least a level of propaganda, but nonetheless. Have a sip of coffee. This is the news that just came out shortly before I went live. Russia notifies U.S. about nuclear drills. I don't know where the hell my head is. I'm telling you, I'm not doing the best today. The Pentagon has announced that Russia officially notified U.S. authorities of its plan to conduct annual exercises with its nuclear deterrence forces amid NATO's ongoing steadfast new nuclear drills. The U.S. was notified, and as we've highlighted before, this is a routine annual exercise by Russia, spokesman Air Force Brigadier General Patrick Ryder said on Tuesday. The U.S. military offered no further details, but acknowledged that Russia is complying with its arms control obligations and its transparency commitments to make those notifications. The Russian Defense Ministry has yet to release an official statement about the scale of the planned exercise, but such drills usually involve comprehensive tests of both nuclear-capable and non-nuclear weapons to ensure the readiness of strategic deterrence forces and the entire chain of command. The last time Russia conducted a similar exercise was back in February, several days before Moscow launched its military operations in Ukraine. So, hang on. Oh, well, interesting. Let me bring that up. Hang on. Let me bring that up. That's perfect timing. Hang on. That's perfect timing. So we had somebody, I already commented this douchebag, but we had somebody here, Barbara Tucker. Your congratulations, you make the show tonight. Her comment on my video about my virtual reply to Pinball Preparedness about his Draft Dodger video that he had, her response is, "Don't blame you for hiding your face. You should be ashamed." So let me get this straight, Barbara. You're saying that I should be ashamed because I wouldn't want my children to go to combat and die for the Biden regime over energy wars? I'm supposed to be ashamed of that? You want people's children to go die for the Biden regime? Are you serious, Barbara Tucker? Are you serious? You are one disgusting bitch. Anyway. Sorry. People's kids are kind of important to me for some reason. People like that, all they see is their political party. That's all they see. And they will say the stupid as shit in support of their party and in support of the people that they idolize. It's disgusting. Stand up for yourself, Barbara. Jeez. Are you so weak you need an entire mob of people to echo the same words that you do to give you power? You can't stand on your own. But I should be ashamed. I'll take that as advice. Most certainly. Anyway. This does not surprise me. I don't know where I left off. My apologies. The best part of some people, I think their dad shot out the window. But that's not the topic. IEA warns of first truly global energy crisis. This is what this is about. This. Resources. I'm sorry. I can't get in the mood to go kill people over oil. Sorry, I don't know. Maybe I'm weak. Maybe I'm weak. Tightening markets for liquefied natural gas and curtailed supply from major oil producers have created the first truly global energy crisis. Fateh Birol, whatever, I can't pronounce that, the executive director of the International Energy Agency, has said. While addressing the Singapore International Energy Week on Tuesday, the IEA chief said that soaring LNG imports by Europe and a potential rebound in Chinese appetite for the fuel will tighten the market. Meanwhile, only 20 billion cubic meters of new LNG capacity will come on the market next year, according to Birol. He described the recent OPEC Plus decision to cut output by 2 million barrels per day, BPD, as, risky, noting that the IEA sees global oil and demand growth of close to 2 million BPD this year. It is especially risky as several economies around the world are on the brink of a recession. If that we are talking about the global recession, I found this decision really unfortunate, Birol said. He pointed out that skyrocketing global prices for oil, natural gas, and coal are hammering consumers who are also dealing with the spiraling cost of food and services. Europe may make it through this winter, though, somewhat battered, if the weather remains mild, Birol believes. Unless we will have an extremely cold and long winter, unless there will be any surprises in terms of what we have seen, for example, Nord Stream pipeline explosion, Europe should go through this winter with some economic and social bruises, he said. I'm telling you, I'm not so sure that this just isn't countries working together to bring everything down. I don't know. You talking about the what? Oh, okay. Here's the thing with that. Here's the thing. There's really not a real DEFCON level. There are just individuals that, and don't get me wrong, I'm not giving any, I'm not saying that what they say doesn't have any credence. I'm just saying there is no official DEFCON level. I understand that the government does have readiness levels, but we have no access to those. But I will check. Most certainly. I will check. Is it? Oh, wait. Never mind. Hang on. I thought that was it. Maybe this is it. Okay. No, I don't want to allow ads. What if I don't want to allow ads? Sheesh. Make me allow ads. Alright. DEFCON level warning system. Let's see. He's changed this a little bit, so. Right. Let's see. I mean, like I said, I'm not saying that they don't hold any credence, because I believe they do, but I just wanted to be clear about that, just from a factual standpoint. What the? I hate ads. I really, really hate ads. This is like, wait a minute. Okay, I don't know. I'm good. Wait, let me check alerts. The alerts page. It used to be you could go right on the main page, and it obviously would tell you the level, and then it would give you the reason for the latest level change, like right under it. And it didn't appear that it was doing that. See? Okay, whatever. Oh, wait. Time out. Okay. That's just news. Okay. Yeah, I mean, did that recently change? Do you know? Is that something that just changed today, or? Anyway, I'm done with this article here. You know the deal with that. And like I say, and as I was starting to say, because I do need to say this, this could not only be, all the countries working together, right, for a whole one world solution. This could also be, and this is a possibility, that it's different groups, and there's more or less, a battle between the West and the East, but I kind of think that that's just what they want us to think. Man, I'm telling you, I take that book very seriously. And when it says rumors and rumors of war, there's a really good reason he put rumors of war in there. A very good reason. He made sure to put that. So, let's see. So this is another article that had gotten my attention earlier. Remember back when... How many times have I done this now? Remember back when they said that, okay, well, we're not going to send any weapons for offensive use? This has been like, I don't know, a couple hundred statements ago. But, now we'll just send them missiles, I guess. I mean, missiles. This is unreal, right? Check this out. The U.S. may send decades-old missiles that its own military no longer uses to Ukraine to provide air defense against Russian missiles. Reuters reported on Tuesday, citing two anonymous officials. Right. The MIM-23 Hawk missile system was introduced in 1960, though it has since been upgraded several times, according to Reuters. Washington may send a few of them to Kiev to see if the stockpile's in good shape after spending years in storage. Oh, now I see. We're just going to send some over there to see if they work. All right. Okie dokie. The transfer would be done under Presidential Drawdown Authority and could be announced as soon as this week, sources told the news agency. Hang on. Headline coming in for something. Ooh, big warehouse fire? Huh. Well, I guess there's a big warehouse fire somewhere around St. Louis. Oh. Hang on, that's the top screen. I'm gonna do my fancy little thing here. Hang on. Well, as soon as it loads, phone, load. Share Windows. Yes. Now. That one, yes. There we go. It's magic, you see? Magic. All right. So apparently this is going on right now. Yikes. Wow. It's in St. Louis City, I guess. I don't know that it just says warehouse. Let me see if it said anything about what type or what it. No, there's not much information there yet because it like I say it just broke. It's ongoing. So KMOV, that's Kilo Mike Oscar Victor.com is the website. KMOV.com. Let's see. But yeah, this doesn't surprise me, and I'm sure we're going to be sending them even more stuff. I mean, it's not going to be long, I don't think, and we're actually, I mean, we already got, what, the 101 over there that seems to be ready to pounce, so I don't think it's going to be long. Boris Johnson to lobby for Ukraine in U.S., says Financial Times. This just blows my mind. I don't know. This blows my mind. All of it. Anyway, I'm not going to read the article. I mean, you get the gist of it from that. Anything I read is just going to be nothing but a bunch of crap anyway. I just think it's unbelievable. I really do. Apparently, with all this ordeal with that Liz Truss over there and all that, apparently it appeared that, I guess, he had no interest at pursuing the position, and I guess this is what he's going to do. Nice for him, huh? Much more relaxed job. He doesn't have to do all that. It's insane, folks. Insane. Let's not forget, this is the guy that was flouting all kinds of his own rules, going to these extravagant parties. Let's not forget that. Ukrainians abroad told not to return home this winter. It says here, Ukrainians who have fled the country amid Russia's military offensive should not return home before spring, Deputy Prime Minister Irina Vereshchuk said on Tuesday. Staying away would protect them from unnecessary risk and help the country survive its deepening energy crisis, she added. Speaking on national TV on Tuesday, Vereshchuk claimed Russia was losing on the battlefield and had therefore turned to terrorizing the civilian population by targeting Ukrainian energy infrastructure. I will ask you not to return. We need to survive the winter. Unfortunately, the power grids will not survive. You see what Russia is doing. You don't need to do this. If you have the opportunity to stay, it's better to spend the winter abroad, Vereshchuk said. She said she would like to see everyone return in the spring to rebuild Ukrainian cities and villages together. Our children must live and study here, but for now let's hold back because we understand that the situation will worsen and we have to survive the winter. We will survive the winter and then we will think about everything else, she added. According to a poll published by the Kiev-based Razumikov Center in late August, more than 90% of Ukrainian refugees plan to return home at some point. More than 88% of those intending to return plan to live in the same region where they lived prior to the beginning of the Russian attack on February 24th. Ukraine has been experiencing regular blackouts since Moscow launched massive strikes against its critical infrastructure, including power stations, on October 10, accusing Kiev of terrorist attacks on Russian infrastructure. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has since asked his compatriots to ease pressure on the struggling energy system by limiting electricity use between 5 p.m. and 11 p.m. On Monday, the head of the state-owned energy giant Naftogaz, Yuri Vitrenko, I'm sure I'm getting these wrong, said that Ukraine was facing the worst winter in history, marked by constant power outages. He explained that recent Russian airstrikes have also hit oil refineries and destroyed about 40% of the power generation plants. On the same day, the Ukrainian online retailer Rozetka revealed that the last 2 weeks had seen a sharp increase in demand for goods needed in the event of an energy crisis, such as potbelly stoves, power banks, candles, and gas burners. And that is the article. And there is, and it's not just over there, by the way. I'm telling you, the portable power, whatever you want to call it, portable power bank, portable power box, if you must, solar generator, they're a hot topic today. Very, very, very hot topic. And they are just flying off the shelves. And preparedness supplies across the board are flying off the shelves. It's just unreal. There's a lot of people that are starting to get at least some stuff together. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. I just hope folks are putting back food as well. I know even with myself, and I'm not gonna lie, even with myself, it was hard for me to get me to focus on putting money towards food, right? Not that I am, all about tactical and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I am about using technology to make our lives better and easier. Now, when I say using technology, whether that means from a well-made knife to, a good EcoFlow unit, it doesn't matter. I want those things to be of good quality. Man, I'm telling you what, I don't think we got a whole lot longer to get a lot of this stuff. And the reason why I say that is because when those supply chains are cut, with the amount of these units, that's the reason I was talking about that, with the amount of these units that are flying off the shelf, that the supply was cut tomorrow, I'd be willing to bet if news broke that whatever went on, and there was going to be not a single another import from China, how long do you think the current stock would last? I'm going to say hours. Matter of hours. 2, 3, maybe 4 hours. And I think most places are going to be completely out. I'm glad to see that there is what seems to be a fair number of folks that are starting to actually get ready, at least on some level. I just hope they're putting back food. Speaking of that, I did have something I wanted to comment on, and I forgot. Today was another day I had to bribe myself, if you will, to eat, and so I went to what has so far been the tried and true Mountain House, just to test out another. I figured, well, why not? And I can't remember the exact name of the product, but it's something a Sobo Mexican style chicken and rice or something to that effect. Not bad, not bad. I don't like it as quite as good as I like the chili mac with beef or whatnot, and the I think it tasted like a chicken pot pie. I think it was chicken and dumplings, maybe. I think it was chicken and dumplings is what I tried. I know we've got that. I'm pretty sure that's what it was I had before. And it tasted exactly like a pot pie. It was awesome. Anyway, off subject. I'm telling you, I think it's going to be a lot of bad news for a lot of places. And, this is interesting, by the way, and I wanted to note this. I mean, they are saying refugees, so here's what I'm talking about. They're in a war, as if you didn't know. And the thing is how come, I got to do an update for the website, how come they are telling people to stay away at the same time when they need people to, join the military and fight for them. But, like I said, in all fairness, they did say refugees, so that may mean anyone other than capable military age. No, I'm not going to view your hot photo there. Somebody in the chat said I could view her hot photo there. I really wasn't interested in it. Really not interested. Ah, dang it, man. Okay, I gotta yell at my website. Come on, go back. Anywho. Oh, there we are. 1 second. I just gotta grab a file, put it on my desktop. I just gotta find. There we go. It's 4.24. Hang on. Only take me a second. I just gotta get this started. Otherwise, it's gonna send me email after email after email. Is that it? I thought the number was different than that. Okay, guess not. Ah, it was. It was. Okay. Ah, fun times. I don't know all the settings and stuff for this new version of their script. And it sends me emails way too often when I need to update. Okay, let's see. I know, I keep getting distracted. Democrats retract letter urging Biden to pursue peace. And I just basically, I wanted to make a note. This is mind-blowing to me. Because I'm 50 years old, and for the majority of my life, I'd always been led to believe that the Democrats, or a blue team, as I like to refer to them, is, they're non-warring people. I mean, and that's actually one of the things that I liked about the left. See, there are things about both the left and the right that I like, but I think they're both mentally ill at the same time. They both have half good ideas, you know what I mean? And if you would take the good ideas from each side and put them together, we'd have something. But that's kind of the whole point of having the left and the right, so that you can never get there. But many people aren't ready for that conversation yet. A group of Democratic representatives in Washington have withdrawn a letter in which they urge President Joe Biden to try all means of ending the conflict in Ukraine, including direct talks with Russia. Concerned about being lumped in with anti-war Republicans, the lawmakers now say they back Biden's policy of indefinite arms shipments to Kiev. What is a hot chick? Naked? Oh, no? Isn't that why we have... You're not a hot naked chick. It's supposed to be why we have a libertarian party, but I'm not a fan of parties, man. I don't think we need parties. I think we need to abolish them completely, totally. I think we need to completely 110% abolish party or any type of group affiliation with a public service candidate. I don't believe they should be allowed. Because, see, the problem is that's how people want to identify. Well, the moment that you start identifying to that preconceived or preset list of things, you get things thrown in there that you may not be really good with, but hey, you like everything else, so hey, and you just keep accepting more and more of that. You just keep accepting and I don't know the word. I'm bartering isn't the right word. I can't think of the word, but you keep giving in on different things, and then soon enough you fall into the, okay, well, they got half good ideas and half bad ideas, but I like, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's why I say none, because then if there was none of that to think about, if you didn't have to think about what side that you better identified with, if that wasn't even a part of the equation, then the only thing that would be left is the person. And so you would be much more interested in what they actually had to say versus what color or what letter was in front of their name. So that's the thing that I don't understand, because the founding fathers were really against political parties, and I always have to crack a smile and try not to fall over laughing when Red Team wants to claim to be patriots, because it's like, how is that? Because patriots would be people that supported the foundation of this nation, the very foundation that made this country, and that did not include political parties. In fact, it was just the opposite of that. The Founding Fathers despised political parties. Why? Bingo. This is why. And they knew that. Why? Because they already went through it. They dealt with that. They had different experiences, that taught them different things. And then, the whole fourth turning. I'm not going to go into the whole thing. The whole fourth turning thing. It's true. Absolutely true. And then, just on a totally different subject, maybe, question mark, NASA kicks off UFO study. A UFO study by a team of NASA scientists began on Monday, with researchers from various disciplines poring over unclassified data to better withstand the aerial phenomena. After decades of secrecy, multiple government departments are now turning their attention to the skies, including the Pentagon. The space agency study brings together 16 researchers, including data scientists, oceanographers, physicists, and astrobiologists, as well as former fighter pilot and astronaut Scott Kelly. The study will use only unclassified data from civilian and commercial sources and does not aim to explain what UFOs, referred to by NASA's Unidentified Aerial Phenomena or UAPs, actually are. Rather, its findings will inform NASA on how best to study future sightings. Exploring the unknown in space and the atmosphere Exploring the unknown in space and the atmosphere is at the heart of who we are at NASA. Sorry, I don't know how I got tied up there. Thomas Zurbuchen said, an associate administrator with the agency, understanding the data we have surrounding unidentified aerial phenomena is critical to helping us draw scientific conclusions about what is happening in our skies. Data is the language of scientists and makes the unexplainable explainable. At the study's announcement in June, NASA stated there was no evidence UAPs are extraterrestrial in origin. However, the U.S. government has admitted that it doesn't have any better explanations for some UAP sightings. The Pentagon released a report last year saying that it had reviewed sightings of 144 UAPs since 2004 and could only explain one, a deflated weather balloon. A year earlier, as Congress held its first hearing on UFOs in more than 50 years, the Pentagon said it had gathered nearly 400 reports by military personnel of mysterious encounters and sightings. The Department of Defense created a UFO tracking unit in January called the Airborne Object Identification and Management Group, renaming it the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. Well, that isn't enough just to kind of in July and broadening its scope to include objects on land and sea as well as in the skies. Unlike the NASA team, the AARO's researchers have access to classified data from the U.S. military and are treating the project as a matter of national security. AARO scientists will detect, identify, and attribute objects of interest and mitigate and defeat security threats as necessary, the Pentagon said in July. Now, I'll tell you what. If there is anything as far as national secrets that I would like to hear, it would simply be the information on UFOs. That would be so cool. I absolutely believe that there's stuff going on by others from other places. It's not, I mean, it's in my opinion at this point, it'd be kind of silly not. I think there's been plenty enough evidence gathered together, and I think it would be extremely egotistical to think that we're the only ones anywhere in the universe. That's insane to believe that. And I'm not so egotistical that I think that just because we haven't learned how to get other places doesn't mean they don't know how to get here. I mean, it's just common sense, in my opinion. I don't know what's going on with this, and that's why I said that out of all the national secrets, this is the one that I would probably like to know most. I don't know what's going on with this. I try to look at it from as many angles as what I can, and I'm gonna be real honest. I'm confused at intent here. I do not understand why they are going public. That just seemed odd. It's kind of really not what the government does. But they're bringing this to the public. And I don't know. You know it's not because, they want to let us in on what's going on. I mean, come on. Come on, man. Go get an ice cream. at the Kabardadba. Jui? What? I'm just doing my impersonation. I do it pretty well, don't I? I wished I could say that one word, and I can't remember it even to say it. The one that Tim Pool would always say, something about sabada pressure or something. I don't know how exactly it's done, but it's hilarious. Ah. Oh man, coffee tastes good. Ken Heron, that guy's hilarious. Anyway, quite a few headlines, a fair amount today. Let's see. Israel launches daytime strike on Damascus, says Syrian media. Nearly half of Australians back military intervention in Taiwan, says a poll. Russia-China trade on the rise. Eurozone recession more likely as business activity slows, says Bloomberg. German president arrives in Kiev. U.S. may send antiquated. Why did I keep trying to separate that word? U.S. Oh, I actually read that headline to you. What the hell is wrong with me? U.S. doubles down on dirty bomb denial. Ukraine arrests head of aerospace giant over alleged Russia links. EU warned over gas price cap. Car bombing hits media company in Russia's Melitopol, something like that. Rishi Sunak becomes UK Prime Minister, however you pronounce his name. From my understanding, Biden really pulled a number trying to say it. I'm sure I do too, so I can't say much. Russian banks run low on gold amid surging demand, says Vito Masti. See, I mean, I have no idea how to pronounce a lot of people's names from different regions in the world. I am not multilingual in any way, shape, or form. I barely understand English. I'm trying to understand less and less every day. Poland to tighten Ukrainian refugee law. U.S. resorting to information terrorism, says Iran. Oh, I got an insane article, really, and I get it, but I'll continue until we get to it. Europeans reducing spending on essentials. Pardon me, says Bloomberg. You know, for those that need the belch during. My apologies for that. Russian court upholds Griner sentence. It is what it is. I still have the same question. Is he being held in a male facility? Just curious. That's one thing I'm just curious about, because I don't think they're going to play that game. Hero of Ukraine could be swapped with Russia, says Zelensky aide. Let's see. Saudi Crown Prince mocks U.S. President in private, says Wall Street Journal. Well, I mean, that's not news. Former Pentagon chief dies. Seize not freeze. EU outlines plans for Russian assets. I did read that. West reaction to dirty bomb claims unacceptable, says Kremlin. Let's see. Macron urged Pope Francis to call Putin and Biden. Boris Johnson. Oh, I covered that one. Record volumes of Russian energy headed to China, says Bloomberg. Raytheon making a killing on Ukraine weapons demand. I'm sure they are. Former U.S. military pilot arrested on China ties, says media. Biden calls new UK PM Rashid Sunak, I think is what Biden must have said. I don't know. I'm sure I don't say it right either. World's dirtiest man dies after taking first bath in decades. This is the article I was telling you about. And that may sound, I know a lot of people might laugh about that. I get that. But you need to go read the article. If you think this is funny, you need to go read the article and educate yourself a little bit. This guy was no idiot. And this goes right along with what I've said for a long time. Now, again, I'm not saying anybody should go rush out and live like this guy. I mean, the dude smoked animal feces out of a pipe, right? Because he preferred it over tobacco. Yeah, this dude was, in some aspects, was whack. But get this, right? Where does it say? Okay. Despite his unusual sanitary habits, Haji was nevertheless quite healthy. A team of doctors from the Tehran School of Public Health conducted a series of tests on him earlier this year, only to find he had no bacterial or parasitic infections aside from I don't know if that's trichinosis or how that's pronounced, but a common infection linked to consuming raw meat. The man, however, showed no symptoms. The doctors concluded that Haji was able to remain healthy because of his constant exposure to harsh living conditions, which had allowed him to develop an unusually strong immune system. I have said, and I don't want to make any challenges today because my health is gone, but I had long said that the reason why I never got sick, because I never really was one that came down with flus and stuff like that. I'm not saying I never got sick, but like to come down with the flu? Nah. And here's the thing. As a child, I had a really, really bad situation with my tonsils, and I was sick nonstop as a kid. Always on antibiotics, constantly pumping antibiotics into me because of ear infections. And anyway, eventually they did take them out, and ever since they took my tonsils out, nada, I don't do things like, I don't do any types of shots you're supposed to go get and all that. Now, mind you, if I went and worked around a bunch of dirty nails all the time, I'd probably be a little more concerned about a tetanus shot. But I don't get flu shots. I don't get this shot. I don't get any of that. And well, now it's probably taken a toll. However, I think honestly the reason why in my adult life never got really sick very often, especially from other people, is because my body fought nonstop sickness as a child, and I think it built my immune system up to a really, really strong level. And that's just my theory, and this story actually supports that theory. So George Carlin joked about this and said that the reason why he didn't get sick a lot is because he went and he swam in I believe he said Hudson. I think it was Hudson. I don't remember for sure which river. I could be wrong on the river. But he swam in some nasty water all the time as a child and swore that's why he didn't get sick. So, I mean, It may sound funny, but I think there's something to that. And as far as the bat thing, I wanted to add this. Have you looked at the ingredients on your bottle of whatever you use? Check it out. Some people actually do. Some people are conscious of that stuff. But most people, nah. They just pick up what they like and go with it. In fact, I do too, right? I have my favorite, and it's probably not all that great, considering that it can be bought at your local Dollar Tree. So, anyway, let me have a sip of coffee. NATO country arrests alleged Russian spy. New UK PM appoints his cabinet. Exposure of Ukraine's dirty bomb plans caused stir in Kiev, says Russia. And Biden says that there's not enough people vaccinated. You know, he even apparently went on TV and got himself another jab. And I think you should too. So, just wanted to pass that along. Abada shabada pressure. Yeah, go get a new vaccine. It'll do you well. Kiev's full aid demands revealed. Good for them. EU country considers building wall on its border with Russia. Moscow urges UN probe into Ukrainian biolabs. And of course the news that I had told you was breaking as I was starting the news about the Russia notifying us of the nuclear drills. So that is it. I am good, I believe. I don't have anything else. I'm tired. I ready for bed. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. God willing, we'll be back tomorrow. I appreciate everybody coming. Hope to see you tomorrow night. Hopefully I'm feeling a little better tomorrow. So, it is what it is. Anyway, I will catch you all soon. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. And shalom.